She's got AirPods on. She can't hear anything. Hello, everyone. This is Jen, and welcome back to another update to Yes, aka Homestuck 2. This is my first Homestuck 2 reaction in my new location in Texas. Yeehaw and Merry Christmas. I thought today would just be kind of a relaxing day, you know. Maybe I'd get a little bit of editing in and then I could spend the rest of the day doing whatever the heck I wanted. Like maybe continuing to watch all of Afmau's My Street series. But no, I gotta record. Okay. Also, got it confirmed last month that yes, because of Patreon support going down on like Homestuck's and on Homestuck's Patreon thing, they're going back to updating once a month instead of twice a month, which that's okay with me. I get to only get freaked out and nervous about when they're gonna update every once in a while. So yeah, that's great. I'm happy about that. Last time we were in Meat Universe, and I think because we got the parentheses, we're back in Candy Universe. Welcome to my secret lair. So I wonder whose secret lair we're looking at. I think I saw John, like, sitting inside of the secret lab, so I guess it's someone on their side? Whose secret lab? Is it Jake's? Oh, it's secret lair. Why did I read lab? Did I read that as lab? Man, I'm tired. Anyway, enough rambling about on my end. Let's continue on. Chapter 16, Welcome to My Secret Lair. Oh, it's John sitting in front of the ruins of his house. He hasn't moved. Okay. Karkat stays for longer than John thought he would. They talk a bit, but mostly they are quiet. Eventually, Karkat gets called away on yet more important war business, leaving John with one final touch on the shoulder. John leans into it in response, though he's a bit ashamed of chasing down a sliver of physical affection so soon after obliterating Karkat's evening like he had. When Karkat is finally gone, John still doesn't move. It isn't as though he has nowhere else to go, since there are quite a few places he might attempt to make himself useful, for better or for worse. He just doesn't feel ready for that. The remnants of his house are still smoldering, and he can't stop staring at them. It would make sense, he thinks, to want to root around through the rubble for anything that's still intact, some half-charred keepsake to claim as the last thing. Okay. I can read. The last thing left that's still his. But he doesn't want to do it, and he doesn't want to think about it, and he still can't move. So Secret Lair is his? Oh, geez, Roxy. Candy Roxy. Okay, cool, let's do this. Boosh. Talking to your ex-wife. Hey, John, can you do me a quick solid? Actually, I don't IDK how quick it'll be, but it's definitely solid. Harry Anderson says, I just missed you being here, but could you skip back on over? I need help with something, and your darling boy is holed up in his room working on some craft project or other and can't be bothered. And now that me and you are freshly on speaking terms again, I might as well take advantage of that olive branch and put you to work. Assuming you haven't died in an air raid, that is, which I'd also be interested in knowing about. So if you would be so kind as to reply instead of leaving me hanging. Yeah, sorry, I'm here. I just had a hard time getting my phone out of these tiny pants. Also, my house is bombed out, so I'm kind of grappling with that. But I honestly am not sure how much longer I need to sit around staring at it, trying to align my memories of my youth with whatever is happening right now. Short version is, no, I'm not dead, and yeah, I can come back over there and help you out. Aw, sweet, you're alive, and down to do manual labor. It's a win-win. See you soon. So it's Roxy's hidden lair. And she... Is that coffee in like a... What is with that mug? Anyway... And not just, like, what's with her just wearing a sweater and slippers, man. Sup, follow me. Well, we're just going to my room, so I guess technically you know the way. Okay. John follows, trying to shake the ominous feeling he got from what she just said. He'd been in and out of this house a lot in the past few days. Why would this be any different? Well, like a cat baby picture with the cat ears. It is such a weird mug. I'm assuming it's coffee, but it's like shaped like it's also doubles as a wine glass on a bad day. It's not like I could forget. Yeah, I guess you only really saw the living room when you were here the other day, but I have changed some stuff up, done a little redecorating here and there, may have had to do a smidge more if my old BFF decides I'm next on the list for bombing out, but so far so good. Okay, so she's totally aware that Jane's kind of insane, and she's for old BFF, okay? Just a couple exploded cars in the yard from some shenanigans our dear son and his friends are in, but you know, it is what it is. Can I get you anything? Just made some coffee. Nah, I'm good. Roxy shrugs and swirls her own coffee around in her novelty mug. John looks around. A lot about the room is the same. The family photos, the rug, there's a lot more cat stuff in there now, though. The bed is new. John feels like he's about to take a test he hasn't studied for. He makes himself focus on what she's saying. Suit yourself. I'm of the opinion that if it hits the spot after a night of watching your friends and ex-friends duke it out in some global warfare, but to each his own. Yeah, maybe in a bit. I'm still sort of waiting for everything that's happened in the past few days to catch up with me, but I'm okay for now. So anyway, what was this favor? Yo, why don't you just come rest your little tush for a bit? Take a little relax next to me here. Roxy, I'm flattered, but I don't know if that's really the right step right now. Don't get me wrong, everything seems so screwed up right now that when I try to think about what might actually be the right step, it feels like a huge cartoon question mark might physically manifest over my head. But I'm not sure if I'm rekindling our physical relationship is actually the best. She's gonna say, no, you're reading into this. Denied. You're kidding me right now, Egbert. I'm not, unless you were, in which case, yeah, let's see, I was also kidding. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I don't know why this is making me freak out. I remember our past boot-knocking with fondness, but this is a situation I'm not interested in revisiting. Look, John, I was trying to be polite about it, offering you sustenance and rest and all, but you look like crap. I just wanted to catch up on the whole heinous war situation we're in, and maybe check in on everyone before leaping straight into the real and actual non-sexual manual labor favor I have in mind for you. Oh. John feels his shoulders unbunch. Of course, yeah, he's almost embarrassed by how relieved he feels. So what if his ex-wife wanted to hook up? Shouldn't that be a situation he could navigate? Don't people like to find solace in human physical connection during dire times? Why did the idea of it make his mind white out in panic more than, say, a number of the traumas he just experienced? He doesn't know, but he believes Roxy that he must look pretty haggard. He probably feels haggard. Maybe sitting down will feel better. And click. Sorry, like I said, my how to react to stuff meter is completely screwed up right now. That's fair, bud. Real fast, I do need a quick take back of all that stuff I said last time we talked about Janie not being literally the most evil person we knew or whatever. I guess I was hopped up on arguing or something, since that was before we hit our conversational vibe, because of course, you were right, and I should have listened. I'm just glad you're okay. Yeah, jury's still out on the okay, but, you know, yeah. You said your house is gone? Yep, completely. Jeez, I would ask how you're feeling, but like the answer to that has got to be pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, no, it's weird. It feels like it should be a bigger deal, I guess. It's like it's my house. But mostly it always felt like my dad's house. And when I started living there after I moved out of here, it was like I crammed myself back into whatever was left of my kid self. And it didn't feel good. But at least was familiar, you know? Like, living there made me feel closer to my dad, trying to be like the way I remember him, or like how I remember him wanting me to be, or something. And I didn't realize how much I hated doing that until I saw it all go up in flames. So I guess I could have used my powers to stop the fire and save whatever was left of the place, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like, some messed up part of me was glad I got there too late, so I just sat there watching, trying to figure out why watching my house burn down felt like I was being released from prison. And even now I keep trying to explain it away as though it's because of how screwed up everything else is that it made me feel good. But that's just bullcrap. It did feel good. I do feel free. Sorry. No need to apologize. We just delved into my whole gender thing last time, so it seems fine for you to have a turn. I didn't say it was a gender thing. Well, no, I just meant like I did some sharing, like referring to the topic I brought up when we chatted last. But like now that you mention it, meaningful pause. Lol, well, we can move on to the favorite part if you'd rather stick a little pin in that topic and come back to it when we have had a sleep. Like I said the other day, it's not like this is figure outable in one sitting anyways. Yeah. So, moving on, don't be mad, but there's a part of the house you didn't know about the whole time you lived here. What? Yeah, I got a secret lair for my sciences, and I get to it via transportalizer underneath our bed, which is too heavy to move by my lonesome, so I just needed to borrow some of your aforementioned powers of wind, so if you don't mind, whoosh away. Okay, well, a secret science lair. Sure, I can deal with that. Why not? It doesn't work out great when I do the windy thing indoors, though. Then no wind bending. Just use your man grit. Roxy flexes, the corner of her mouth pulling into a familiar grin. John feels his guts, so recently calmed, twist up into his knots again. Her eyebrows shoot up and the smile loosens. He must have shown something in his face. Okay, or just like push when I push. We both got sick muscles. No other adjectives necessary. Yeah, okay. On 3. Holy crap! Sorry to lop yet another huge scoop into your little brain's ice cream revelation Sunday. So wait, there's this thing's always been under the bed? How'd you get down there without me? Well, that's neither here nor there, John. I mean, it is kinda here. Okay, fine, checkmate. I don't actually need your nerd grit for this escapade. Like, I'm sorry I said it. I mostly just wanted to see you and show you what's down here, and also, you've been sent for. Oh, okay, but like, John, I am inviting you into my inner sanctum. I am literally bringing out the word sanctum in case you weren't already clued in to how cool this is. So you want to go into my secret lair or what? Yeah, yes, I guess. Aight, good. Then as they told me in the hospital before little H was born, just push. Pew, 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 pew. See you downstairs. Disappear. Oh, hey, oh wow, we get a Calliope sighting. Calliope. It's Calliope. Oh wow, hey girl. Wow, and wait, are her cheeks filled in, or is that just the distance playing craziness on me? Hey, Callie, I got him. Oh, dang, John, sorry. I should have also told you Callie is here. We've been hanging out again. One more freak out for your bean. Oh, it's okay. My bean feels pretty well adjusted to freakage at this point, so keep 'em coming if you like. Okay, cool, I will. Do I get to know what the big thing under the sheet is? No. Oh, okay. Are you sure? I mean, it seems like a pretty prominent feature in the room. Space. Wherever we are. A totally mysterious and completely inconspicuous feature. It will have to remain for now. We're kind of in a hurry here, FYI, and by that I mean we are in precisely the amount of hurry that means that I am excused from having to to that specific cue right now. Right, sorry. I'll pay no attention to the object behind the curtain. You catch on fast, Egbert. Anyway, there's more cool info coming, so just follow me. So, this is all downstairs? It seems like you had a lot of work done. Well, not exactly. We're in the old meteor. under the house? Okay, so in hindsight, it might have been a bit misleading to say like downstairs in reference to a place that is hells of buried underground and may not actually be literally under the house. But there is no time to explain all that right now, John. So instead, I'm going to refer to my adorable little green friend here. Hi, John. Oh, let's see. British accent, more British. Okay. Hi, John. Long time no see. That's not my normal Calliope voice, but whatever. And it's interesting that she's A, got the filled-in cheeks going for her. B, I don't see the ring on her fingers. And C, she's wearing like the same robe that Aradia wears. So this is kind of strange. Oh, hey, Callie, it sure has been a while, huh? Now that I think about it, the last time the three of us hung out like this was when I was aggressively third-wheeling your prenuptial courtship. If you don't mind, John, I'd rather not rehash that period of our lives. It was more than a little painful for me. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. John, I'm only pulling your leg. Don't worry. If anything, I was personally a little thrilled with how things shook out in that respect. Imagine, if you will, a young cherub raised in solitude, whose only solace was the convoluted and tumultuous romantic schemata she was projected onto her only friends from another universe, and then further imagine this young cherub through various even more convoluted contrivances, ending up in the company of those self-safe friends as an equal participant in their sphere of social discourse. It is a joy the like of which you possibly cannot fathom. So, to put it simply, getting to experience such emotional drama myself was an impossibly enriching experience, possibly a first for my species. It's actually quite interesting if you nudge. Oh, right, yes. I'm getting a little carried away. I'm sorry. This is not how I planned to begin this vital conversation. But to summarize, what I was trying to say is, don't beat yourself up about it, John. Besides, human divorces are even more fascinating than I ever imagined, and being able to witness yours in motion was an honor, so I consider us about even at this point. Well, that's good to know. So, I hear there's this big secret thing you want to tell me about. Oh, right, yes, of course. Let me just say, first of all, how thrilled I am that you're on board. I wasn't sure if your natural inclinations would have precluded your coming to such a place as this, and yet here you are. This whole endeavor will be so much easier with your help. Oh, well, shucks. Not really sure what that means, but I'm just glad to be of use somewhere. Speaking of somewhere... right. You're probably a little curious as to where the dickens we are. How much do you know about black holes? Like the big space things? They aren't always big exactly. In fact, their relative smallness is practically their defining quality. Oh. But okay, I think we're on the same page. So what if I told you that we're inside of a black hole right now? I mean, we knew that as the audience. Good thing that John's being let in on all this. Like here, we just transportalized into a black hole? No, I mean, what if our whole world was inside of a black hole? Okay. Earthsea, or at least our version of it, has, from the moment we crossed the victory threshold, been inside a black hole. Okay, and not just any black hole, but the very black hole in which the green sun ultimately met its demise, allowing our victory in the first instance. Raffle, my freaking... A.O. Egbert. Shh. But paradoxically, the critical moment which determined its capture within the black hole happened after that point. I refer, of course, to your decision not to return to the medium and fight my brother. Wait, you mean the meat and candy thing? Oh my gosh, you mean I actually did make a mistake that day? Well, that's not exactly that. I knew it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I put the Earth inside a black hole, everyone. John, listen, you've got to get out of this mindset. I'm begging you. Your choice literally didn't matter. The whole thing was symbolic in the first place. Literally symbolic in the case of the picnic. I mean, come on. It was just some steak and a plate of candy suckers. Oh. I mean, I wouldn't go as so far as to say that the meal we shared was unimportant given the sacred significance of the two options I presented, but yes, your choice of snack was infinitely less important than the choice which it presaged, and then calling it a choice would be sorely misleading. Think of it as like a coin flip, a series of events that led us being trapped beyond the event horizon of an ubermassive black hole could be considered tails, while the events which would have occurred otherwise would be considered heads. Since both were possible, and paradox space is the way it is, they actually both happened, and we just happened to get tails instead of heads. You mean we ended up with the bad possibility? Not at all. Since both possibilities depend on one another's existence, it really doesn't make sense to call them right or wrong. They both just are. Okay. I realize this may be a lot to process. It's easier to forget this wasn't obvious to everyone from the beginning. Anyway, the reason I went on this tangent in the first place was to explain that the space we're standing in right now has a special significance. In that it is the location which corresponds to the black hole's singularity. Oh, wow. Okay, so, sorry if this is a dumb question to ask suddenly, but what does being inside of a black hole actually mean for us? Is it bad? Is it like in movie, shoot. Roxy, what was the Matthew McConaughey movie from your Earth that we watched? You mean Interstellar. Right, the one with the organ. Man, I cried at that movie so much. Lol, you can say that again. Okay. What is IRC? Okay. At least part of you got so weepy was the fact that you couldn't believe a version of Earth existed where people got to watch more McConaughey films than you. Listen, I simply don't think you all appreciate the gift you were given. I don't believe I'm familiar with this particular film. Don't worry, Cal, you didn't miss much. But the important point is that no, it's not really an interstellar type situation here, Egbert. You're not going to enter a weird time vortex and change the trajectory of the little girl's life with the power of love. Aww. To go back to your original question, John, it's not strictly speaking bad for us to be inside of a black hole, much though that contradicts most of everyone knows about them. Of course, if we'd fallen into it, that would be a whole other kettle of fish. The tidal forces would have stretched us all into spaghetti, then ripped us apart. But the nature of our arrival was more akin to simply being here. Suddenly, one moment we're not, and the next moment we were, and somehow always had been. In everyday practical terms, being inside of a black hole has very little bearing on us. I mean, the nature of space and time is a little finicky in here, but for the most part it doesn't seem to be anything too out of the ordinary. But beyond that, it means that we are sealed away from the rest of existence. Our sphere of influence is limited to the sphere of the black hole's bounding horizon. As far as everyone else is concerned, we might as well not even exist. Is there no way we could let anyone know that we're in here? Oh, most certainly not. There are very few ways for anything to escape from the kind of predicament that we're in right now. One of them is to be an all-powerful being with control over the very fabric of space, with the energy of 2 universes at your disposal, in which case escape would be rather trivial, if a little unscientific. Okay, I'm going to assume that we can't just do that. You've hit the nail on the head, unfortunately. The method I described was the one employed by my alternate self, who you may recall crashed through the event horizon in the body that once belonged to Jade Harley. She departed through a puncture that she created in the black hole's surface shortly after consuming my brother, a deed which provided her with the necessary oomph, and which was frankly rather breathtaking to watch. But upon her departure, the rift closed for good. As far as I can see, there's simply no way for us to communicate with the world outside the black hole. I would certainly be very surprised to find out that anyone had managed such a thing. Right, so let me get this straight. Knowing that we're inside a black hole, does that actually change anything? Can't we just go on living like normal? Oh, absolutely not. I don't know if you've noticed, John, but this world is on the brink of total cataclysm. Oh. Our exclusion from the overarching course of events which governs all reality means that our existence here is liable to dramatic and violent upheaval. To put it another way, because nothing in here matters, we are likely to be subjugated to things which are bit-batsed in the belfry, for no other reason other than it's totally insignificant to the wider canon of reality. Much though I am personally titillated by some of the consequences of this predicament, it is a degrading way for us to live. That's certainly one way to put it, yeah. At first, I believed that this was simply necessary, us playing tails to our counterparts' heads, the black to their white, so forth. But over the years, I've come to the conclusion that this is simply not kosher. It is total BS is what it is. Right. A steaming pile of bullshit. And now we have decided that something needs to be done about it. This is finally where you come in, Jegbert. We got quests for yous. Yes, or a quest to be specific. Are we going on an elixir journey? Is it a medicine journey? Which journey are we going on? Oh boy. Effing nerd, I swear to God. I'm not sure how I can go about freeing us from a hellish space prison, but I'm up for giving it a try, I guess. I have literally nothing better to do at this point, except maybe hanging out with Harry Anderson. Nice save, lol. But you don't need to worry about busting us out of space jail, to be honest. That's not your problem to fix. Oh, I'm not sure I follow then. I mean, yeah, you're gonna OVS facilitate it in a sense, but only by going and busting the person who can actually help us out of normal Earth jail. We need you to go free Vriska from the clutches of our misguided friend Jane and bring her here to the singularity. Of course it's Vriska. Of course Vriska. The world revolves around Vriska. The anti-Mary Sue in her has just gotten even more... okay. We've been calling it the plot point. Yes, the plot point is the key part of our plan. As far as we've been able to surmise, the only remaining method of escaping our grim confinement depends on leveraging the unique properties of this location to create an event of such cataclysmic proportions that it simply cannot be contained within the black hole anymore. Something so dramatic, so hyper-relevant, that it becomes ontologically impossible for anyone to ignore it. For that we need an individual of significant narrative clout, so to speak, and to liberate her, who better than the embodiment of the aspect of freedom itself? Phew, okay, I'm finished. Sorry, that took longer than I expected to go through. What are you talking about, Cals? That was great. I could listen to you plot-splain for years. Oh, you. FYI, this is why I wanted to get a move on egg bread. So Callie could have more time to info dump. That's love, son. Okay, well, I think I understood all that. In reality, John isn't sure what most of this means, but on balance, it feels okay. He's gone back and forth about 100 times in the last week about where his place and everything is, so he might as well ride this one out. Plus, the last time a Lalonde kind of told him to do something, he thinks that he chose not to, and look where that got him. And it's not like he has other plans. He may as well do this. At least it's going to get him involved in things again, if nothing else. He turns to go, then hears a sound. It's a sound of feet and knocking on doors, echoed through stone and digital static. You mean if he didn't listen to Roxy this time, would we have like, a candy and a candy meat universe? Here we go. Let me see. Did you hear that? What? Oh, yeah, I may have messaged Rose and Can and Jay to check on them too, so it's prob one of them showing up. They don't need to know about all this, though. We've got time to chat with them before we go get Vriska. I'll go stall them. Thanks, babe. Oh, is it too soon for that joke? Or, no, weirdly enough, that one's fine. Okay, good. No. Oh, good. Okay, see you up there soon. So this is where June Egbert's coming in. Wow, okay, that's a thing that happened. And yeah, Calliope got tall, and she got her cheeks filled in too? But they weren't in the end, were they? No, they weren't. So what is this? What is all of this? What is life? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Okay. But yeah, okay. Huh. I gotta get this edited as soon as possible. I'll probably think about this a little bit later on, but right now, just want to get this reaction out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys all next time. Bye!
Hey there. Consider becoming a patron, just like the phenomenal Bleed Red, Alexander Madeline, Uranium Coffee, and Ryan Nelson.